Welcome back to another video right here on Free Will Photos and inside of the Creative Colors series on YouTube or Free Will Photos. Yeah, that thing. All right, today this is a really quick video, and this one is all about using the antique filter inside of ON1 Photo Raw. So if you are not familiar with using an antique filter, then I'm going to get you familiar with it. I'm going to show you some creative ways, or at least talk you through a creative way of me using it. I don't use this filter personally all that much, so I will be honest with you, but I think that there is a creative utility inside of it. And as I find more inspiration to use it, then I will share it here on the channel. So let's go ahead and dive in. Well, here we are back inside of ON1 Photo Raw, and yes, we are still looking at the bench photo, specifically because I think that this photo will probably benefit the most from a filter such as the antique filter. So let's go ahead and add a filter. We're going to click on antique, and boom, right away it looks like something that would be an antique photo. I probably would do nothing more with this particular image. However, that would not be a very good tutorial for you. So let's go ahead and take a look at what the heck the antique filter actually does and what it can do. So the very first things up here, you got your masking, you can rename it, and you got your blending options, reset, and then the delete, opacity of how much of this effect that you want to show on your overall image. Then you have some presets. You hit the drop down, and there's only one additional preset inside of here that isn't already up there, and I want to say it is the green one. Yeah, the green one. So if you click on green, you throw some green in there. I don't know why you would do that. I'm sure there's a reason, oxidation, chemical reaction, all that good stuff. Next thing is a color plate. This is, I think this is where you really get the bang for your buck in using the antique filter. Similar to the split tone, just you don't get the same amount of versatility as you do with the split tone. I really do believe you could do, or not believe, I know for a fact that you can do everything that's inside of the antique filter inside of the split tone filter. But you can just go through all of these and choose whatever you think would be good. These are all named after cities, but you can click on whichever one you think would be nice. Moscow was good. New York is okay. Paris is all right. I think I like Stockholm. All right. Now, you can adjust the brightness of this particular adjustment. And I think you would choose the antique filter, specifically if you're looking for a convenience. All right. You want to make an adjustment. You don't want to deal with so much of the hustle and bustle of selecting all these extra colors. Well, you just get a drop down here and you check one, and then you adjust how bright or how dark do you want that adjustment to look. And then you have what you don't have available inside of the split tone feature, which is a fade feature. Now, this is going to start to add more brightness into your image, which gives the illusion that your photo is being faded away. So, and if you wanted to get something similar to this using the split tone, all you have to do is add a tone enhancer, increase your brightness just a little bit, and you can start to do that. Or you can come over to, for something very similar, you can come over to your develop module, and inside of the haze slider, if you start to add, now, of course, it doesn't want to work. Guess the haze slider does not work that way, so disregard that. Again, convenience, you can fade your photo however you want. And then of course you also have a saturation option, and desaturating the photo takes away color, and of course adding saturation adds color. You see how like all this stuff comes full circle. When you understand what your saturation is doing, you can really make some educated decisions on what you want overall in your image. Last but not least, inside of the antique filter is the film grain. Now, The film grain is something that, pick or choose however you want. But you only get two options here. You don't get to select your film option, as I mentioned before. But what you can do is select how big you want, or I'm sorry, how much film grain you want and how large you want the grain to be. Now, if you don't want any, just bring both of these down to 0, and or just bring the amount down to 0, really. And you're not going to get anything in the photo. I don't know if that gives an antique look or not if you don't have any film grain, so I recommend you throw in some film grain just to have that aesthetic. Now, I consider this to be more of a finishing filter. What that means is you put this on at the very end. As I mentioned before, just like a LUT, you put that on towards the end of your workflow. So let's just go ahead and throw an HDR filter underneath the antique filter, right? It does matter the sequence in which you put your filters. So I'm going to go ahead and throw in a little bit of detail, some clarity. Not that this is going to be a great edit. I'm just showing you what you would do with, or how I would personally approach using the antique filter. I'm going to go ahead and bring down the vibrance, throw up some glow, and maybe even throw in some grunge. There we go. Now we got like this gritty looking photo. Not the greatest edit, but will show exactly what you can do using this. So I can brighten up my antique look, and I would probably go with something a little bit more grungy, like these Cairo. Yeah, we'll go with Cairo. Then maybe even fade this. And now you can see exactly what this particular filter can offer. And then if you pull down the saturation, it just makes it really feel a little bit dated. And that's the goal, right? But without the HDR look, I don't know. I mean, I guess you still get the dated look. With this particular look, the HDR version of it just adds in some really fine detail and contrast overall, and grunges up the photo a little bit. I think it works, but this is a very subjective thing. So there you have it. So that is the antique filter in a nutshell. Very creative way. Again, this is a finishing plugin. I think you can use it if you have maybe a job where it's like, hey, I really want to make these photos look a little bit old-timey. Then the antique filter is probably going to be a go-to for you. And if it's not that, then it'll definitely be the vintage filter. So hopefully you guys found some value in this video today. If you did, go ahead and smash the like button. If you are new here, my name's Chris. I'm the content creator, and you are inside of the Creative Color mini-series right here on Free Will Photos. If you like what you're seeing, go ahead and smash that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the bell icon so you get notified whenever I post new videos, which in this mini-series, there are a lot of videos that are going to be produced. So please stay tuned. And until next time, I want you guys to stay inspired and keep creating. Peace.